Just cannot catch a break here. Don't get me wrong. We need the rain, but come on. Come on. What are we doing here? I love that our street just turns into a river immediately after it starts raining. That's fantastic. By the way, these are our other two vehicles. Not that it matters. I'm not going to be making Toyota Corolla content. Maybe make some Raptor content. Who knows? So let's talk about this car a little bit more. Now I can actually show you around in the daylight a little bit here what this car looks like. Yeah, I'm gonna get a little wet here, but that's okay. Still got the quote-unquote paper plates on here. So this is my 2000 SS Camaro. Again, it's got 29,000 miles, and you know, I kind of just wanted to talk about the mod list today. Here's a quick interior shot. The carpets are the one thing that bothers me a little bit. I'm not saying they're not clean, but they could be cleaner. So I'm probably gonna shampoo those. Back seats, I don't even think anybody has sat back there, to be perfectly honest. Shifter, it's like almost mint condition. I think people are like selling these for almost $200 on eBay because they get worn so easily. Let me pop this hood and we'll chat a little bit more. So I guess we can just talk about the mods a little bit. So I alluded that this is a full bolt-on car. That is exactly what it is. So full bolt-ons to me is essentially everything minus a power adder or cam slash heads, right? So on an F body, to me, that is long tube headers. These are Cook's 1/7/8 headers. It is a lid, intake lid, which I don't love this clear lid. I probably will end up swapping it out for an SLP lid. It's black and it kind of matches the engine bay a little bit more. And then it says SLP in white. It's more of a aesthetic thing for me. It doesn't really matter. These kind of, it just helps the air flow a little bit better and gets rid of like this huge ugly stock thing. And you get a little bit more throttle response. So it's usually like the first thing people do on these cars. So we've got the long tubes, the lid under here. It's got this funky power steering pulley, I think. I don't know if it's aesthetic, like a engine, like clean, like engine dressing. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to get at here, but I think it just helps clean up the engine bay a little bit. I'm having trouble using words right now. And then I don't know what's going on here. I'm not sure what that is yet. This car doesn't have a power adder. I think that's just, looks like some kind of radiator hose. I don't know. I'm still new to whatever is going on there. So that's the engine bay. It does have, I'm gonna walk back here because it's a continuation of the bolt-ons. We've got some MagnaFlow exhaust, right? We've got this dual tip set up. I actually love the way this looks because it still kind of looks factory to me. And it's got a really, really nice, pretty muffler under there. It's pretty muffled, or excuse me, it's not that loud. It's very daily driver slash not invasive for your neighbors. It really wakes up the more you get on it. My only complaint is the wide open throttle. When you get higher up in the RPM, it gets a little bit quieter. I don't know how to explain it. I'll try to get a sound clip at some point of that. But it kind of gets quiet, and I don't know how to explain it, but it sounds really, really good in the low end. So that's kind of what's going on with bolt-on stuff. It does have an LS7 clutch in it, so I can't really show you that. And then it's got, let me see if I can show you. Can't really tell, but it's got SLP subframe connectors. This guy right here across the whole underbody, you can kind of see the bolts there. They're the bolt-in ones, they're not welded in. And then it's got some other rear end and suspension parts. I'm not a professional, I don't I don't know what they're all called or what they do, but this car drives like it's on rails. So I'm assuming the previous owner really did a lot of suspension stuff to it. I need to get it up in the air to really know what else is done to it under there. But again, lots of very high quality parts in this vehicle, and tastefully modded. The only thing I'm not sure that I love is that big chrome thing and this Chevy thing. I don't know. And this, but that's all. I'm gonna leave it for now. It's not hurting anybody. So let's go to the interior now. Okay, here we are inside. So here's the interior. These cars, if you've ever been in one, they all smell the same. They all really look the same. It's got the classic Chevrolet gauge cluster. I kind of prefer these over the Pontiac Trans Am and Firebird versions. It does have the Monsoon radio. Only difference between the two of the Firebird and this one is the Firebird has the external adjustable like bass, treble, all that stuff. These ones, they're kind of like those push-in flush buttons, I guess you could say. But yeah, it's very, very nice quality in here. Like everything looks very new. The shifter, stock Hurst shifter. I probably am gonna leave this alone for a while. I've had the Tick and the MGW shifters before, which I really, really like. But this feels very good still because the car is so low mileage. These kind of get some slop added to them the older they get, but this one is like very, very tight still. So I'm not going to be spending any money there. We might as well do a startup video while I'm here, but I just wanted to kind of show you the interior, and you've seen it. If you've seen one, you've seen all of them, but very, very, very clean. Here's your T-tops, which I am going to get those inserts. I did not tint the top windows. That will destroy you in the summertime. Just so you know, they do make inserts that you just slide in and you can kind of keep them in the car when you're not using them, and still, like, you don't have to make a choice to black them out or not with tint. You can just get the inserts for them. They're like made out of felt. It almost looks factory when you have them put in there. So wanted to talk about that. And then the dash on these cars. Okay, this dash is made of like the cheapest plastic imaginable. There's nothing impressive about it at all. I actually would highly recommend, if you don't have a garage, to buy the mat for these, like a protective dash mat for them. They sell them on Amazon, they sell them on eBay. A lot of people will do that to protect this from heat and UV destruction. These will crack if you look at them the wrong way. Mixed with that, I highly recommend either tinting your windshield or getting a sun visor cover if you're parking it outside. Better yet, an entire car cover. But I know that's not realistic for a lot of people, but I'm begging you to please take care of your dash by doing that. These are very hard to find in good condition, and even for sale, to be honest with you. They crack all of the time. In fact, cars that I was looking at, I actually would pass up on ones that had a cracked dash, even if it was clean otherwise. The other thing that will crack in these, especially the Firebirds also, is these door panels. Again, not looking to chase those down, or, you know, I don't, I would rather just like spend the time to find a car that was like garage kept and does not have a destroyed interior. My whole motive with interiors is, look, you spend all your time in the car, why not have it like, you want the inside to look nice, right? You spend your time on the inside, so it just matters to me. So I think I covered everything in here. I'm gonna get you a startup video really quick, and I am gonna get a better mic in the future because iPhone and even my Meta glasses, mic isn't awesome, and I think you might miss out on some things. So let's get a startup going here. I mean, you got to give it the wiggle, right? Starts right up. No reason not to. This actually starts up faster than I don't know. It just feels like this thing just like wants to start the second you crank it. So kind of see the oil pressure there. Very happy there. Idle is right under 1,000. Yeah, let's go. Can't really hear it in here, so why don't we go listen to it? Again, MagnaFlow, very mellow sounding exhaust. A lot of people, like I said, go with this. It's not super oppressive. It's very, very, I think it sounds excellent in the low end and mid range. I think where it falls off is the higher end versus like other exhausts like Borla, Corsa, True Duals, things like that. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna keep it for now. Let me go back in here so you can actually hear me. I think I'm gonna keep the MagnaFlow for now, and eventually when I cam it, see what that sounds like, because I know a cam will wake that exhaust up a bit. So yeah, I'm not gonna spend money on the exhaust right now, just letting you know. So not really warm yet. I'm not going to do anything. I don't want to slap my pistons around in there while it's still cold. So that's kind of the overview of the car. If you guys want to see anything specific or know anything about like finding one of these, what to look for, more about this car, I mean, please let me know. If you didn't know, the 2000 to 2002 changed the steering wheel. You have these like a little bit more modern buttons. The 98 and 99 have like this rubber piece right here and right here. I don't love the way that looks. It looks a little bit, I know it's only like 2 years difference, but I don't love that. And once you see both in person, I think you'll really like the 2000 to 2002. That's kind of why I went with this car. I know it's like one thing, but you know, I want what looks the best in the interior, so that's why I chose that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna steam clean the floor mats. Well, you can't see that at all, so I'm not gonna try to show you that, but the floor mats probably could use a cleaning just from dirt and debris from people getting in and out. I think I covered everything in here. There's nothing really else going on in here. It's your typical Chevrolet interior, you know, plastic interior. It's not really special. They do come with these plaques right here. The anniversary cars have something, it'll have a 35th anniversary badge there instead. So that's one difference there. Yeah, I think that's all I've got right now, guys. I can't do too much. I don't want to just yap. I don't want you guys to just have a yap session one way right now, right? It's pouring outside. I just cannot drive this car. It's driving me insane. I want to add more miles to you. Look at that, 666. That's crazy. So, all right. Well, I think I'm going to end it there. I don't want to drag this on, so I hope you guys, I'm filming this on Friday, so I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your time off from work. Spend some time with family, friends, and yeah, do something for yourself. I'll just leave it at that. All right, guys. See ya.